Welcome to the Brahma Kumaris, where a new world is opened up for you. From humble beginnings in India in 1936 to a global organization with over 8,000 centers in 110 countries and 1 million students worldwide, through their tireless commitment, passionate heart, and determined spirit, the Brahma Kumaris arrived in America in 1974 and have since grown to 35 main centers throughout America. There are also 2 residential retreat centers, Peace Village, located in upstate New York, and Anubhuti, located in Novato, California.
I want to just share a little bit about how the centers of Rajyoga meditation began in United States. Actually, I was in Caribbean islands and I got invitation from New York that we want to start something about meditation. And it was in 1978 I came here and we rented a very small apartment in Astoria. And from there I found that a lot of people have interest. I realized that there is so much need, and from there onwards then centers started in many other states.
Our centers are safe spaces where you can explore the power of your inner world.
The classes are conducted in many homes, many cities, all over across the United States. A lot of people, they learn meditation, they use it, that meditation, at their workplace, in their family, and also I find that children, young adults, because they are so much into what really is the life about.
The Brahma Kumaris are dedicated to personal and global transformation through the study and spiritual practice of Rajyoga meditation. And at the heart of our teaching is the belief that the pathway to peace and happiness is to remember our original nature as spiritual beings, connected to the One Source. In 1981, the organization received recognition as an international non-governmental organization affiliated with the United Nations and accredited with general consultative status with the Economic and Social Council. From organizing large-scale global initiatives to local community programs, the Brahma Kumaris has a tradition of service in every field that fosters spiritual growth among individuals from all backgrounds, cultures, and walks of life.
I hold on to this vision, the world of love, world of peace and harmony, world which is free from conflict and sorrow, where we can live as brothers, one family, children of common parents, one supreme divine power.
This is your invitation to awaken and join us in creating a world of love, peace, and kindness. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, and a very warm welcome to each of you. Thank you for joining us on a Saturday evening, a very cold Saturday evening. My name is Anoli, and I'll be guiding us through this evening. And just a few words about my background. I'm a television producer and started my career with a really nice boss. In fact, many of you might know my boss. You would know him as Amitabh. I used to call him Mr. Bachchan. And after working with him, I started my own production company. And my husband and I, along the way, had 3 sons. They're all grown up now in their late 20s. And the 5 of us as a family, together, we learned Rajyoga meditation right here at this center back in 2013. So I'm just sharing that for no other reason other than to bring us a little closer together. Just think of me as not an MC. I'm like your next door neighbor. So before we dive into the program, I want to ask each of you to think, why are we here? Most logical reason would be because we're all here because we want to learn how to better ourselves, right? So the first step in bettering ourselves is by performing small acts of kindness. In fact, let's do one right now. Can you all take your cell phones out? Perfect. Take your cell phones out and let's put it on silence. Let's be kind to everyone in the room. Let's be kind to each other. Respect that everyone's here to listen to the speaker and not to your cell phone, ringing and dinging. So let's put it on silence. So that's the first act of kindness. The other act of kindness is to also take care of your bodies. So if you need any water, there's a water cooler in the back. If you need restrooms, they're in the lobby. And if you need anything else, we've got beautiful ushers in the back of the room. These are angels that are here to help you, right? Okay. So now, she's putting it on silent. She's performing her act of kindness. So I don't want to take up too much time because all I can say is you're in for a real big treat. You're going to leave this hall in complete awe. We've had the fortune of spending all day with Dr. Gupta since 7 a.m. And all I can say is his teachings are infectious. In fact, they're contagious. It's kind of like a cold, easy to catch and easy to spread. Because that's what his teachings are. They're very simple, they're very easy. But there's a lot that he wants to share with us. So we're going to move through this program quickly. I'm sure you read the flyer, but I kind of have to say this because the other thing about this dear brother is that he's so humble. Globally recognized, 4-time TEDx speaker, director and professor of cardiology with 18 gold medals. He's the official cardiologist to the Parliament of India. His accolades go on and on and on, but that's not why you're here. You're here because you want to learn firsthand from someone who has personally programmed his life by reprogramming his mind, right? And he's mastered that beautifully by blending science with spirituality. He's truly one of a kind, and I would like all of you to very warmly welcome our dear brother, Dr. Mohit Bhai. And I'd like to ask Sister Namrata to also come out because one of the things that we do at the Brahma Kumaris is that whenever a very special guest is amongst us, we always greet them with a rose or a bouquet, which is a sign of regard and respect.
Thank you.
So we have Sister Kala, who's going to come on for a few minutes. Sister Kala is the director of Peace Village, which is the retreat center that you saw in the video. She's a retired pediatrician. She's the director of Peace Village. And she's, you could say, the vice president of Brahma Kumaris in the U.S. So it would only be befitting for Sister Kala to officially welcome Mohit Bhai on behalf of all the Brahma Kumari centers in the U.S. Welcome, Sister Kala.
Thank you, Anoli, and that I'm requesting all of you to cancel that word, that last sentence that she talked about me about vice president. So there is no title like that, but I'm very, very happy to be there. Not in person, would have loved to be in person, but I'm happy all the same, to actually attend this program with Dr. Gupta. He is not an unusual person that we encounter, or I've of course heard him many times, but I think it's a very good chance that Edison Center is taking advantage of. And what's beautiful about him is that it comes, whatever he shares, come from that authenticity of the knowledge, combined with his academic knowledge and professional knowledge, and he makes such a great sense of it. And plus, he's practiced it very sincerely, very diligently, very consistently, and that's what you will hear, I think, in his words of authority. And most importantly, I think his experience of combining these two fields, something that's very deep, and quite subtle, plus something that is very, very pragmatic. It's almost like the right and the left side of the brain coming together perfectly in harmony and making sense, and of course sharing it in that same light. And I think what you will feel from his presentation, or at least what I have felt from listening to him, is a lot of hope and a lot of light. And isn't that what knowledge is supposed to be? Giving hope, giving light, especially in these times of darkness and seeking. So welcome to Dr. Gupta, to, of course, the Edison Center, but also on behalf of the Brahma Kumaris in the tri-state area, welcome to the whole area. And hopefully we'll see you in this part of the tri-state sometime soon also. And that's a wonderful crowd that I'm seeing also. Very, very fortunate souls that can be there in person to not just listen to him, but to really feel the vibrations, absorb the essence of what he has to say, and of course go back with a lot of takeaway tools, I'm sure. So all the best to all of you, and again, thank you for taking the time, Dr. Gupta, and thank you, Edison Center, for arranging this and making it a really beautiful event for New Jersey, at least the New Jersey area. Thank you. Thank you very much, and looking forward.
Thank you, Sister Kala. There's actually almost 150 people in this room and about 30 in the room next over the hallway. So yeah, we're very excited. As you can tell, there are many people here that have been listening to Dr. Gupta, which is why they all came out tonight. Thank you, Kalavan. Om Shanti.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for having me too.
Ready?
Yeah, ready? Can I have these slides, please? Slides. Okay, very good evening to all of you. That's a lazy good evening. That's not the way. I've been traveling throughout US all these days. My day started 2 a.m. in the morning. I reached here, slept for 2 hours. So I need a better good evening. Good evening to all of you. Good evening. That sounds like a great class, isn't it? And since you all are here in a class, obviously before I start this journey, you have to answer the question of a teacher, isn't it? Does it make sense or not? Yes or no? Let me tell you, I'm going to really boggle your head for next 1 hour. This is going to be really one of the most revealing journeys of your life. You would have never heard something like this ever before. But let me tell you, this is going to be one of the most revealing and magical days of your life, isn't it? So let me ask you one question. And you have to, I'm going to make it very simple for you. The question that I'm going to ask, I'm going to give you 3 choices for this also. But you are allowed to choose only one of them, okay? Choose any one of them. Don't boggle here and there. It's your answer. And if you think none of your choices fit into this, you are free to hand over the 4th one to me. Very simple. And my question to you is, why do we work in our life? Why do we work in our life? Very simple question. Oh, this is so simple. We work in our life for money. Important. Without money, we won't have clothes, a great home, a lovely car. We work in our life for happiness. Second choice, you are ready to choose that. And we work in our life both for money and happiness. That's it. So simple. So now take a moment of reflection. 10 seconds pause. Go deep inside your own life and choose one. Free to choose any one of them. So in this hall, who all choose or work in their life for money? No problem. Money is important. So you can raise your hand. We have 5-6 people who honestly say that we work in a life for money. That's very well done. No problem. Who all are there in this hall who work in the life for happiness? Raise your hands. Any takers for that? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. I'm going to be rich today. Transfer all their bank balance to my account, my dear friends. I'm going to go rich really from US. Okay. You are ready to switch your answers also. You can do that. How many of us in this hall work both for money and happiness? Raise your hands, please. You can take and change your answers. It's okay. So, how many of us work both for money and happiness? Yes, almost all of us. So that makes a lot of sense, but doesn't make truly any sense to me. And I'll tell you why. You know, when I put this question to you, I said one thing. I'm going to give you 3 choices. You are allowed to choose one of them. And if none of your choices fit into this, you are allowed to give me a 4th one. Didn't I say that? Yes or no? I did say that. Now please answer. Should we work in our life for happiness, or should we work in our life with happiness? Louder, please. None of you pointed out. And that is where the problem in our life lies. Today, all of us in this world are programmed, are designed, are taught to chase happiness in our life. Every day. Every single day in the morning, we are running. Oh, let me achieve this, I'll be happy then. Let me achieve this, fulfill this, I'll be happy then. My children are achieving this, they are now great guys, then I'll be happy. Postponing happiness has a property, it will always elude you if you keep on chasing it. But happiness has a lovely property to stay with you when everything you are doing, you start creating and doing it with happiness. And that is what is the essence of life, my dear friends. These fundamentals, these simple things which we all know in our life, when we lose connect with our own selves, that is where we are here for such sessions, to empower, to rediscover, to explore, to reinvent, to re-innovate, to completely metamorphosize our own selves. So I'm going to take you on a very lovely journey. This is a VUCA world. We all know that. Volatile. Nothing explains it better than US, you know. We have great guys. I've always heard in my life that a group of donkeys led by a lion will always defeat a group of lion led by a donkey. That's it. That summarizes it all. So this is a VUCA world. This is highly uncertain. This is really a complex world and an ambiguous world. And when we are facing these challenges, what happens is we start reacting in our life. I've heard a phrase, life is 10% of what is happening to you and 90% of how we react to it. And that is where the problem lies. When we choose to react in our life, the reaction is often instantaneous. It's a burst It's often emotional and unbalanced. Whenever you are reacting, you are not thinking properly. You are immediately reacting, and it's judgmental and often maybe negative. See, create a situation, and let us all create a situation. Now imagine we from Brahma Kumaris invite all of you for a lovely program today. And when you get out of your home into the car, this is the kind of traffic you are facing. Imagine you are stuck up in this traffic. Mohit is waiting for you for the lovely program, and I keep on calling, where are you? And you are stuck up in this traffic. My question to you is, will all of you have a similar reaction to this traffic, or will behave differently? Louder please, everyone. Of course, you will be behaving or reacting or responding in this situation differently. And let me tell you why. 95% of us will get irritated. A little one of us will get more irritated, and some of us will jump out of the car and start shouting. This is what happens typically in India, road rage, This is what happens everywhere. This is how 95% of us behave. But 5% of us will remain calm. What should I do? Traffic is there. I can't just fly in like a helicopter and come to the situation. Now let it settle down and I'll be there. So we don't allow that traffic to truly affect us. I start enjoying my music. I start listening. I start doing what is in my control. This is what I do. And so I don't lose control over myself. My question to you is, who is responsible for our response? Was the situation responsible or we were responsible? Louder please. You are responsible, and that is where the essence lies. This traffic could be anything. This traffic could be your friend not behaving properly to you. This traffic could be your wife irritating you. This traffic could be my personal, my professional, any situation in my life. It could be same for everyone. Cold can be same for everyone. But how we are behaving, how we are responding to that situation is completely my choice, my dear friends. That is what I want to tell you, that today almost all of us are working in an autopilot mode. If I say something to you, come on, don't lecture me. Look at yourself. This is what you are doing every day. You have to really introspect yourself. This is what is called a reactive behavior. The moment I pinch you and you are jumping. If I want to change my reactive behavior into a responsive behavior, a mindful behavior, a more thought over behavior, I need to do only one thing. Only and only one thing. And that one thing will change the way I live my life, and that one thing is to have a pause in my life. This is what we have forgotten. It is in this pause our freedom lies. It is in this pause our ability to decide what is right lies. It is in this pause where we are able to think rationally. This is what I call it as an adversity quotient. People talk about intelligence quotient, no doubt, 30 years back. Then came the emotional quotient, EQ, very important for us. EQ will get you a job. Then we started talking about SQ, which was the spiritual quotient. And today, what we believe in Brahma Kumaris is something called as a combination of all three, which is the adversity quotient. Ability to handle all the adverse situations. Ability to handle all the difficult situations in your life, yet remain calm, yet remain peaceful, yet remain productive, not allowing your own inner mind to be affected, is what is called the inner stability. That's the power of one thought. That is where you start attracting your success towards you. That is where you start achieving whatever you want in your life. This is what is our life like. Here is it. You are there in the center. You have a family, people, and your family is not according to you. Your social circle, your friends, they may not be according to you. Your nature, look at this lovely nature. It is playing all it can do this. We have government policies. Nobody can experience it better than you guys. You have a professional challenges in your life, and if I want my life to be comfortable, there are only two ways. Either I change my family, I change my friends, I start governing nature, I tell government to change its policy, or I change my job. That is one way difficult, possible. And the second way is I start empowering my own self. I start making myself more and more powerful, understanding. Which one is better, first one or second one?
Second.
That is the essence. That is the power of one thought. That is what I want to tell you, that we need to have powerful thoughts to handle adversities, difficult situations, maintaining our productivity and capability, and maintaining our emotional stability throughout, my dear friends. That is why we need to take control of our thoughts. Each one of you is a lovely factory. Do you know that? 50 to 70,000 thoughts, Stanford University, California, National Science Foundation project. It tells us scientifically each one of you is generating 50 to 70,000 thoughts in a single day. Imagine. But unfortunately, it also tells you 95% of our thoughts are repetitive, are waste, are negative, are useless. Now let me tell you, what would you call a factory as if your factory has 100 products and 95 of them are useless, waste and repetitive? Positive or negative or useless factory? Come on. You all know that. We don't need to answer that. Imagine what is the quality of our existence on earth. Look at your one day. Forget about one day. Look at your 2 hours only. It's continuously thinking. It's continuously good. And why this is important? Because each thought that you are creating is going to give you a behavior. If you are in a mood, what would you say? Don't go near him. He's not going to listen. Whatever you say, it's gone. Don't even go near to him today. Why? He is in a mood. And the day you are happy, oh, come on, ask everything. Whatever you want, it's going to be 100% achieved. Why? If you have a good thought, you have a good behavior. If you have a good behavior, your feelings are terrific and your physical reactions are amazing. That is why what I want to tell you is the way you are thinking is the way you are behaving. The way you are behaving is the way you are feeling. And the way you are feeling is the way you are making others feel. Or in other language, if I am to say, your thoughts are governing your life. Yes or no? Agreed or not? Yes. Look at your day. Look at your day. Anything in your life is a consequence of your thought. And that is what I am going to unravel today. Imagine, what would your life be if you think of something and you get it the other day? What would your life be if you are feeling some problem in your life, you think, and you remove that disease from your body? What would your life be if you want your kids to achieve something and you think and you make it magically happen? Don't you think that's a magical life? Yes or no? You all want that kind of a life, don't we? We all need that. That is what I want to tell you with my own 6 stories that I'm going to share with you. This is my story, my dear friends. How would you feel if you know that the doctor who is speaking to you does not have right side of the brain? It has been removed. How would you feel if you know that the doctor who is speaking to you has lost his 80% hearing, works with only 20% hearing, with devices working for last 25 years? And how would you feel if you know that the doctor who is speaking to you has 4 screws drilled in his spine, he has difficulty in walking and standing even at this moment, yet he starts his day at 3:30 a.m. in the morning with yoga and meditation, operating more than 40 to 60 cases in a single day, traveling globally, conducting sessions and lectures, sleeps only for 4 hours for last 25 years. That's the power of one thought. That's the magic of meditation that I'm going to unravel in front of you, my dear friends. This is my story. I also started my life like you guys. This is my picture way back in 70s, like a young kid. Always peppy, happy, joyous, loving, very pure. And I used to love to participate in plays. And this was like a dream life like you guys had. But as everyone was, And I was no different. I was also programmed. What are you doing? This is not the way your life is going to be. You need to do something different. I was also programmed to chase happiness in my life. And I chased it beautifully. I cleared my IIT. I also cleared my medicine. I took medicine with my choice. I did my MBBS. Fantastic. It was great. I had good medals, good achiever, all colleges, university topper. No problem. I could attract success like a magnet. No problem. I became a doctor. Somebody told me, now you have to specialize. And I started running again. For 3 years, I again ran beautifully. I graduated, finished my MD medicine from Delhi, India. I flew into America. Started doing my gastroenterology. I participated in DD Atlanta, was given a fellowship. Everything was a dream journey, but something was not suiting. I flew back to India way back in 2001. Became one of the youngest cardiologists. It was a magical life. Money, position, power, success, anything I dreamt of, I could achieve and attract this magically. But one day came in my life that changed my life forever. And that was 20th March 2003. Came back in evening, 5:30 p.m. in the evening, after 1.5 days of conducting surgeries and cath procedures in my hospital. That is the way our schedules are. We work in one of the busiest centers in Asia, not in India. This day starts at 6, 7 a.m. in the morning, running till 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, next day. And that is how we work. And it was a very unusual day. I was unusually tired, fatigued, having severe headache. Came back, mother is a gynecologist, and she offered me food. I said, I would like to take rest today. No meals, please. I would just like to sleep for an hour. I slept for 2 hours. My head was bursting when I got up. It was as if it would just burst like a pressure cooker. She politely handed a cup of ice cream to me. I took that cup of an ice cream at 7:30 p.m. in the night. 15 seconds that cup was in my hand. It fell from my hand. I collapsed on the floor of my house, throwing massive seizures, uncontrollable seizures. I became unconscious. I was lifted, rushed to the hospital. Whole night, doctors working on me, giving me anti-epileptics, controlling my seizures. Next day, I regained consciousness in my ICU. My scans were done, and this is what my MRI revealed. Had a large mass in right side of my brain. Diagnosed as multi-drug resistant tuberculosis. Mycobacterium canceri. Samples went to Atlanta. I have seen only one infection in my last 50 years with canceri, and that is on my own self. Occupational hazards. 19 drugs available in the whole world at that time. My pathology specimen showed that I was resistant to 18 of them. I was sensitive only to amikacin. Doctors would know how toxic that injection is. Every day, my day used to start with 16 tablets. 8 in the morning, 8 in the evening. And every day, anesthetist would come and give a separate pick in my vein every single day so that I can receive that injection. 150 injections that destroyed my hips, that took away my veins from me, and this is what my life was. The pain I used to experience was this, that I wanted to have a knife, cut my brain into half and throw my right brain out. That was the pain I was experiencing at that time. But I did not allow even a moment of sorrow to be experienced by me. Not a moment. I knew I have to come back. I knew I have to win over the disease. It all ultimately ended up in a major brain surgery. But one question was bothering me next day. 21st March, as I was lying down in ICU, what has gone wrong? Why? Why me? That single day, that one day changed the meaning of my life, my dear friends. The money that I had, the achievements that I had, my medals, my position, my power, my cars, my everything in my life made no sense to me. I was stuck between life and death. I wanted to live. I was seeing hope. But I was continuously asking me, why me? Why me? And the first answer that came to my mind was, I had lost balance in my life. Ask yourself. Every person in this hall and virtually connected, ask yourself, where is the balance in my life? The work and life balance. It's not just, life is not just about enjoying, about going. It's about having the human touch with each other. It's sitting with each other. It's connecting from heart to heart. It's sharing your heart out. It's sharing your emotions out. It's expressing yourself, being yourself. That is what is human moments. That is what is true life is. I had lost all of it in my life. 2 words had become synonymous with my life. I told my mother, I'm going to delete this word forever from my directory and dictionary. I will never give this privilege to anyone to address me as a busy doctor. Look at these 2 words. I am busy and I don't have time. You talk to anybody, everybody is busy. You talk to anybody, I don't have time, I am occupied. These 2 words are more viral than the virus itself. I believe COVID was much generous than these 2 words. They have infected our lives incessantly. And that is the day I chose to delete this word busy forever in my life. Forever. And let me ask each one of you, will you repeat after me, yes or no? Yes. Come on, again, a very lazy class. Very lazy class. These New Jersey people are just not eating properly. That is bad, So are you going to answer with me or yes or no? Yes. Please don't shout, nah. Be gentle, be loving. I'm not asking you. So come on, say after me. From today. Gently. From today. I am not busy in my life. But I am busy in my life. See? This busy word has a beautiful word in itself. Be busy in my life. A single word. What happens when you give space? I have not done anything. When you give space in this word busy, it changes to be busy in my life. This is what we want in our life. The schedules will remain same. The challenges are more now. The schedule is more demanding now. But when you choose to give space and comfort to your mind, when your mind is so light and relaxed, everything outside is comfortable. People keep on telling me, Dr. Gupta, how many secretaries you have? Your schedules are running, next year is all packed, so much demanding, how do you manage everything? I say, I never keep a diary and never maintain a calendar. I only manage my mind. When this is managed, everything outside is automatically managed, relaxed and busy. I never tell people to introduce me. He's a busy cardiologist. Don't tell me this. Come on, guys. I am always an easy cardiologist. I always have time to talk for 30 seconds to somebody. I always have time for my friends and family. I will gossip. I will chat with my friends. I'll give them a call. It doesn't matter how much it is important. This is what is the essence of life. That day I realized life is supposed to be very simple. God has made our life very, very simple. But we have made a mess out of it by our own thinking. Life is straight. The turns are there only in our mind. It's created by us, and that is the day I put a break from this emergency mode. The continuous pressure of performance. I have to do, I have to achieve, I have to get this, I have to get this. Come on, get out of it. Give yourself a space, Mohit. And that is the day I changed my mindset, my dear friends. Only one thought is what was required. My first message to you, my dear friends, is life is a journey and happiness is not a destination. Do you travel sometimes for a vacation? Or your friends travel? Don't you? Yes or no? Yes. What do you say when your friend is traveling to some place? You say, have a very pleasant, louder? Louder please, have a very pleasant? Do you say have a very pleasant destination? Have you ever used this word? Yes or no? No. Destination has no importance in our life. Life is all about journey. If we go together to probably Washington for a lovely picnic from here or to New York Park, we all travel and have a bus in which we are traveling together. What is more important, reaching there first or traveling together? Answer please. Traveling together. We'll make friends, we'll make merry. It doesn't matter if the park closes, but the joy of being together is something that is unbelievable. This is what we have forgotten in our life. Happiness does not depend on how much we have, my dear friends. It is only a result of how satisfied we are. How satisfied we are. You may buy a beautiful, lovely shirt, you may buy a lovely car, you may sport a lovely perfume, and you say, I'll be happy, no doubt. I buy a lovely car, you get a lovely car for yourself, you're driving out of the showroom, and I'm driving in my auto, two-wheeler, and you come out with your car, and the moment I meet you on a turn, by mistake, I put a scratch on your car. Where does your happiness go? I take it away with me. That's the challenge. When we endow and put our happiness in materialistic things, then we always risk that it will be taken away. Enjoy, no doubt. Have a lovely car. Sport a lovely dress. No problem in this. But never allow your happiness to be dependent on what you are having. This is the mantra. This is the transformation. This is the mindset that we need to change, my dear friends. So today, I'm going to make you understand that how by changing your thoughts, you can practically and scientifically and logically change everything in your life. Everything. Scientifically, you would believe that only by changing thoughts I can create miracles. The answer is yes. And why this is important? Because every thought, as I showed, you are creating is creating your future. Every single thoughts, behavior, feelings, actions, and it going to nurture and create the same cycle away. But you would say, Dr. Gupta, don't tell me this. If I think something in my head or in my brain, that's going to remain with me. I've not expressed. Don't we say, don't worry, this is only my thought, I've not shared with anyone. Don't we say that? Don't worry, this is only between you and me, not shared with anyone. And that means I believe that whatever I am thinking, that's not going out. But unfortunately, science does not say that. Look at this magnetoencephalogram. The magical machine, more advanced version of MRI, without touching your brain. I'm going to show you actual pictures of magnetoencephalogram. Without touching your brain, it maps your complete thought wave pattern and gives you a brain map of the quality of thoughts that you are having. What does it show? It only shows that what you are thinking is not contained in your brain. And if this is not remaining in my brain, then where the hell my thoughts are acting? Your thoughts are acting on your mind and body and genes. Your thoughts are acting on your relations. Your thoughts are powerfully affecting your environment, your food, your water, your atmosphere and nature. Every single aspect of your life is affected by your thoughts. And today I'm going to make you scientifically understand that how Rajyoga meditation, how meditation is going to create miracles. How by mastering your brain and your thoughts you can create magic. I've always heard in my life, mind is a beautiful servant but a dangerous master. If you let your mind loose, it will destroy your life. But if you control your mind magically, it will serve you like a lovely baby. That is what is important. So let us see, can our thoughts program our genes? Merely by thinking. Merely by thinking, can you take control of your genes, or my mom and dad are my limit? We always say, don't bother about him. He's genetically bad piece. This is very bad. We keep on saying, na, this is like this. His mother and father like this, his family is like this, so he is also like this. And that means I say that are my mom and dad my limit? The answer is no. This means that if my family tree is full of heart disease and cancer, that means I am also going to suffer from that, and that's a serious concern. But do I have something like a bedroom switch that I can turn off this negative gene? I go off. Oh, I want this cancer gene to be switched off. Off. It's not working now. It's not expressing now. Is it possible or not? The answer is yes. And look at the first evidence that we had from Dr. Dean Ornish in a very beautiful paper that was published. Look at me. You don't bother about this. Even if you're not a doc, you will be able to understand it. He did a fantastic study, very lovely study. He took 30 patients of prostate cancer. And what he did was, these guys were not ready for routine treatment. And what he did was, he just taught them stress-free living, great lifestyle and meditation. Only for 3 months. Only for 3 months. What were the results? Were revealing. In 3 months, what he observed was the cancer-causing gene ran, it down-regulated. Within 3 months, the ZNF250, which is the protein-building gene, it started expressing more and more. Not only this, the actual picture that was published, the expression of 500 genes changed, and surprisingly, post-intervention, all the cancer-causing genes were down-regulated in these patients. This was phenomenal. Never ever human and mankind had experienced this kind of evidence that merely by changing your lifestyle, merely by thinking positively, merely by meditation, you can actually switch on and control your genes. This was amazing. And this is what happened with me in 2018, Saturday, 9:30 p.m. in the night. My second story. I had done with my work in my cath lab, was about to leave my hospital. And suddenly at 9:30 p.m. I had a young 22-year-old boy with a massive cardiac arrest brought from the ER. I got a call. I was in the hospital only and he was rushed. ECG was a flat line, blood pressure unrecordable, pulseless, BP-less, and he was massaged and brought to my lab. Dr. Gupta, you have to operate him. I said, nothing is left. What are we going to do? He said, give it your best try. We put him on the ventilator, put him on the artificial pacing system. I took him in the lab, angiographed him. All 3 coronary arteries of that young boy were blocked. One after the other, I started clearing all of them. It took me 1.5 hours to clear each artery. With all the hemodynamic support, we were able to achieve good flow in all the arteries, but blood pressure we could achieve was only 50 to 60 millimeters of mercury. With hemodynamic support, mine was telling me he won't make it. But somewhere in my heart I knew he's a young guy, resilient, he might just survive this episode. And in this dilemma, with optimum support, we transferred him to the intensive care cardiac care unit. Next day I went for the rounds. And to my surprise, that young boy was smiling and absolutely alert in his bed. Ventilator still in, hemodynamics stabilized, ECG normal, absolutely no requirement of any inotropes, ready to be extubated. Doctors were happy, sisters were happy, family was happy, and so was I. But that was one of the most disturbing day of my life. That changed my practice. I was thinking, this young boy, non-smoker, non-alcoholic, no family history, non-diabetic, non-hypertensive, lipids normal. He had a heart attack. Why? Why did he have a heart attack? I must talk to this boy. Married for 2 years, had a 4-month lovely daughter. I went to his father and said, please call his wife, I want to speak to both of them. His father took me separately. He gently whispered, Dr. Gupta, whatever you want to ask, please talk to me. I said, why? What happened? He said, his wife won't come. I said, why? He said, they are on the verge of divorce. They have filed papers for divorce, and 1 month later, they are going to separate from each other. I was frozen in that moment. No words. I was speechless. After a moment of pause, I regained. I said, please call that young lady and tell Dr. Gupta wants to meet you. This is what has happened to your husband. He reluctantly gave a call to that young lady. She came there, running, with their lovely, lovely daughter. I made them sit in the ICU, extubated the young boy. Everybody was out, and I started talking to them. Listen what I talked to them. This will blow your mind apart. I said, what is happening in your life? What is going on wrong in your life? He said, sir, we both earn a 6-digit salary. We drive a Mercedes. We have a 4-bedroom plush apartment. There is no problem in anything. Everything materialistic that we can dream of, we have in our house. But sir, for last 2 years, we never had time to connect with each other. It was only a mechanical life. We never had time to understand and speak to each other, to have that emotional connect, to have that human touch with each other. We thought we are not made for each other, so we must separate. I was listening quietly, and he was bursting out. She was too. I didn't counsel them. I didn't utter a word. After listening to them, I said, okay, you want to separate, no problem. Will you do 2 things for me for next 1 month? Only 2 things. They said, we will do. Looked at each other, blinked and said, we will do. I said, for next 1 month, please start having a meal together every day in the night for half an hour. Switch off your mobiles. Switch off your internet, nothing. Make your little baby sit with you and sit down on the dining table, connect with each other, argue with each other, fight with each other, understand each other, accept each other, but spend that 30 to 40 minutes of dinner time together. They said, we'll do for 1 month. And the second thing I said to the young lady, I said, I'm going to discharge your husband 2 days later, but I'm going to see him only on one condition. She said, what? I said, only when you accompany him to my OPD. She said, I'm not going to do that, sir. I said, please do it. Only 4 visits in next 1 month. That's all what I want. She said, if you are saying, I'll do that. I discharged that young boy. They started coming to my OPD. They came for the first week. That 1 week changed into 2 weeks. Those 2 weeks changed into 4 weeks. 4 weeks into 4 months. 4 months into 4 years. Their 4-month-old daughter grew into a lovely, beautiful 4-year lovely daughter. They still come to my OPD, and the great news is, my dear friends, they have withdrawn their divorce papers. That's the day I realized the true essence and power of healing, my dear friends. We as doctors are just doing mechanical jobs, repairing the arteries, fixing implants. We think we are going gaga, we are going places. That is not what is required in healing. Healing is an inside phenomenon. A doctor, you can give a perfect treatment. But if you want to heal somebody, you have to have that connect in a life. Rajyoga meditation tells you to heal minds of people. With the power of meditation, you are able to connect with people. You are able to understand, empathize with them, and give them the right and a perfect care that they require in their life. That is the day we started conducting phenomenal experiments, published experiments in our own hospital, that I must show you, each one of you as a normal citizen must look at these experiments that we have conducted, presented globally and published. I took 150 patients of heart attack, all between 18 to 30 years. Out of 150 cases that I operate in a week, 25% of my population is between 18 to 30 years. This is how we are facing a pandemic of young heart attacks. They were all non-diabetics, non-smokers, no risk factors, and what I did was very simple. I started measuring the level of stress that they had in their life using validated questionnaires. And I smartly took a 10 ml blood sample of these people, 10 ml. And what I did was, with that 10 ml blood sample, I measured the age of their genes. What was the genetic age of these individuals? You know, biologically, physically, I'm 51, somebody is 52, somebody is 53, somebody is 60, somebody may be 20, 30, 40. Our physical age is different. But what I did was, I measured their telomere length, which is a marker for the biologic age. Look at the results. When we saw all these young heart attack patients at a very high biologic age. Look at this red graph. Completely destroyed their age. Normal people of the same age had a normal telomere length, but their telomere length was destroyed. Their biologic age was equal to a 60 to 90-year-old person. Can you believe it? We published this paper. I was surprised why this is happening. What is going on wrong in their life? When we further analyze, look at this paper that we had published, we saw, using these questionnaires, 91 to 98% of them had highest level of stress, anger, lack of love, lack of happiness, lack of gratitude, and lack of joy in their life. That's it. When I saw this, the first question that came to my mind was, okay, that's fine, stress is normal. For people to get angry is so common. How does this affect our genes? And when we further dig deep into the science, look at this, what we saw. We saw those people who had lack of purpose, lack of love and gratitude, those people whose life is governed only by materialism, only by their ego, their life, personal life is not healthy. Look at this, their telomerase enzyme goes down and the telomere length keeps on decreasing and decreasing and decreasing. And that it was explains the aging, the disease, the depression, the heart attack and the brain attacks in younger population. One of the major causes, not the only one, but one of the major contributors. The good news was, if we have love in our life, if we have positive outlook, happiness, gratitude. We meditate in our life. We are enjoying our life. Our telomerase enzyme goes up and our telomere length is completely restored. Aging is reversible, my dear friends. Today, in our own hospital, we are using meditation with genomics and collaborating institutes like Harvard and IIT. We have created the biggest ever registry in the world. Being the principal investigator, we have a conglomerate of 6,000 young heart attack patients, published 16 papers out of it, and we are showing that how meditation can completely reverse your aging merely by practicing only for 20 minutes. This is the power of one thought. How magically you can change. It's only your perspective after all. Only your perspective, nothing else. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. When you change the way you look at people, people you look at change. And when you change the way you look at situations, situations you look at change. Let me ask you, if a person is very irritating for you, some people do have a person who is very irritating to them. Is it logical and normal that the person who is irritating to you will also be irritating to me? Yes or no? No, of course not. That means the person is saying what makes him a particular person is my own inner thinking, my own perspective. And that is where this further study by Dr. Robert Waldinger, you know him? One of the famous guys, phenomenal guys, one of the great scientists of Harvard. He conducted the longest ever study in the universe, conducted for 75 years. This is known as the Grant and Glueck study, or what we commonly call as the happiness study. And what he did was very simple. Look at me. He had 700 people from Boston, and he followed them up for every single aspect of their life. You know for how much time? For 75 years. Their failures, their success, their disease, every single aspect was measured in their life. And after 75 years, he analyzed their complete life cycle and saw what was responsible for a fulfilling and happy life. Only one factor. Do you know that what was? Only and only one factor, and that factor was great relations in our life. This is the beauty. Not money, not success, not position, not power, not just going to the temples and mosques. It was by changing your own mindset, my dear friends. Connecting with your family, having time with your family, spending time, giving out time. It's time to take your life back from high tech to high touch in our lives. Compassion. To have that lovely moments. That is what I want to tell you today, that science has shown that we can regulate our genes merely and merely by changing our thoughts. Science says, not I am. These are what is experiments are showing, that how by single thought you can change the expression of your disease also. You can reverse your aging also. And that is why Times magazine showed that the older paradigm was you had a fixed DNA makeup. But newer paradigm shows your DNA isn't your destiny. The choices that you are making, this is what is epigenetics is. The choices that you are making can change the genes of your body, of your kids, and of your family also, merely and merely by your lifestyle. This is where we are progressing. Third question. You say, oh, Dr. Gupta, come on, you have been talking about genes. Genes is something that is not in my domain. Can I change and program my body with thoughts? Yes. Can I change my body? We want evidence, of course. You won't believe my words only. You would like to see and experience how our thoughts are programming our body. They can completely restructure. And the answer is yes, that merely by changing our thoughts, we can reprogram our brain and life for success. And this was a phenomenal study. One of the famous studies conducted by Dr. Alvaro Pascal Leon. He's a famous Harvard scientist again. And look at me, what he did. You won't understand this. Look at me. He would love it, Suppose, Dr. Alvaro Pascal Leon was here. He chose a group of people like you. And he said, I'm going to teach all of you how to play piano. We all know what piano is, yes, isn't it? Of course. And he started teaching piano to two groups differently. To group one, he did a phenomenal idea. He said, he made you sit all in front of the piano. He made you play piano actually teaching you absolutely perfectly for 3 weeks, and you were then playing piano with your own fingers. And after 3 weeks, he imaged your brain to see what happens to that area of brain that controls the piano playing fingers. To group 2, he called you again to the same lab. He did not make you see or even sit in front of the piano. He just gave you the image of piano. He told you verbally and made you see the videos that how piano is played, and you were asked to visualize in your brain how you were playing a piano for next 3 weeks. So you were visualizing and you were actually playing. And after 3 weeks, he started imaging the brain of all of you to see what happens to that area in the brain that is controlling the piano playing fingers. Logical, isn't it? Look at what the results were. The region of the motor cortex that controls piano playing fingers expanded in the brain volunteers who were not only playing but imagining that they are playing piano. The brain area in both the groups expanded similarly. How is it possible? You were only thinking. You were not doing anything. Merely by thinking continuously, same thing again and again, again and again, again and again, you were able to change the neurocircuitry of your brain. This is what is the power of thinking, my dear friends. When we say, don't worry, I am only thinking, you are thinking nahi, you are programming your brain continuously and continuously, repeatedly. When you do, what you do is you are rewiring your brain, and this is what is called as neuroplasticity. Dr. Eric Kandel got that Nobel Prize for this. What did he show? Nerve cells that fire together, they wire together. Whatever you are thinking continuously, it's going to hardwire. What is meditation doing? Meditation is not doing anything, but it's going to hardwire your brain for positive, for powerful, for purposeful thought. This is how it works. You create a positive or a negative thought, it could be anything. You create a new neuron within 17 seconds. You keep on thinking repeatedly. Within 5 cycles, you start hardwiring it. And within 21 days, you get a completely new habit formed in your life, my dear friends. Consistency and repetition is the key. This is how our brains are behaving. Value neutral. It could be positive or it could be negative. That is what I want to tell you. Every day, we keep on thinking, I don't think this is going to happen to me. My life has been full of challenges. All the difficulties keep on coming to me. God has been very unkind to me. My relationships are not good. People are not listening to me. My bosses are troubling me. And then I say, I feel like I'm very fatigued. I feel like my things are not going well. My body is not well. My children are not studying. I don't think they will even pass this time. And your brain is saying only one thing. Whatever you are thinking, it will say, so be it, and so be it. That's all. It will program, it will hardwire, because it is non-judgmental. Whatever you are saying, you hardwire and you start attracting it. That is what I want to tell you, my dear friends. You have the power to create your destiny. This is what happened with me, my third story. 21st March 2013. I was a good badminton player. My friend knows that. We used to play badminton so much, and I was at one time representing my state also, This was what was happening. Great badminton, I used to love it. And 21st March 2013, I suffered a major injury. My pars interventricularis got fractured. I had a listhetic spine. I could not get up from the floor. I was dragged to my home. Pain radiating down my legs, could not move even a millimeter. I called my neurosurgeon and orthopedic friends, please fix my spine. I want to be well. I want to play badminton again. I want to go back to my life again. And they would say, come on, shut up. Lie down on the bed straight for next 3 weeks. And I was made to lie down straight on my bed without movement for 3 weeks so that my spine would recover. I said, please do something. Every day I was visualizing only one thing. I'm fine, I'm playing badminton. I'm fine, I'm playing badminton. I want to go back to my sports again. They would not allow me. They stopped picking up my phone. I used to call them incessantly, please do something for me. 6 months passed. I joined my hospital, I would walk with a dragging feet like this. This is not the life I imagined. I knew I have to go back. I forcefully convinced one of my friends to operate my complex spine. 17th January, I got admitted forcefully, 2014. 19th January, he fixed my spine after an 8-hour long surgery. And this is my picture on 20th January 2014. Look at my face, completely destroyed. I was lying down on my face for 8 hours. My spine was fixed, but look at the smile that I had on my face. This is my actual picture. This is the actual picture of my spine that I have with 4 screws completely there. I was happy because I knew I'm going to be fine now. I could only see my future. I could only see my court. I could only see moving normally. I took a discharge on 21st, the next day. They said 2 more days. I said, no, I'm going home. I don't want to be here. The job is done. Leave me alone. I came back home, started taking care, doing a good physiotherapy. I started walking on day 1 only. Within 5 days, I was walking in my home without any support. Physiotherapy going on. Within 10 days, I moved out of my home, walking in the park, slowly and slowly picking up the pace. I joined my hospital within 1 month, started operating my patients. I could move for 2 kilometers, slow walking. Within a year, I was able to walk for 4 kilometers, and today, down the lane, 12 years after the surgery, I am able to jog and walk for 32 kilometers every single day. My dear friends, that's the power of visualization and thought. What I want to tell you is very simple. Very simple. If you have a how to live, why to live in your life, you can bear with almost any how. Have a purpose. Have a vision. A life without a purpose is like a body without a soul, my dear friends. Meditation gives you a purpose. It enlightens your soul. It tells you we have the power. If you have that vision to achieve, you can do everything. We all are made of stories, my dear friends. Your life is no different. Life is going to give us challenges. Where the problem lies is we keep on spiraling in these challenges. Whereas meditation tells us, don't just spiral. As the problems are coming, learn to evolve in your life. That's the mantra. That's the beauty. That's the power of conviction, of thought, that you can attract anything in your life. This is what happened with me, This is what happened with me way back in 2001. Only your success is a thought away from you. Only a single thought away from you. When 2001 I went from America back to India, the reason was I wanted to do cardiology. I had fellowships offered in gastroenterology. I didn't take them. I went to India. My only dream was to be with my parents and do cardiology. And at that time, since I wanted to be in Delhi, we had only 5 seats of cardiology in our country in that institute. My teachers, my seniors were giving exam with me. They were studying for years, a couple of years, and nobody practically would get it in the first attempt. And I was no different. I had only 5 months to give. I went to my mother. I remember that day vividly, 8th July 2001. And I said, Mom, I'm back here. I want to do cardiology, but I don't have that patience to give many attempts. I will try to give a cardiology, but I don't think I'm going to make it this time. Even if I don't make it, doesn't matter. I'm going to practice MD medicine. And she's a positive lady. As usual, she called me, come here, come here. I said, what? How many seats are there, Mohit? I said, 5. She said, how many do you want? I said, of course, I need only 1. I don't need all of them. And she was very gentle and inspiring in saying, focus on 1, delete all 4 from your life. I was really inspired. I went to my room running like a kid. I wrote in my book, Cardiology Brown World, this 1 seat is for me. I wrote in front of me, this 1 seat is for me. 19th July 2001, I started studying for cardiology. And mind you, I was doing my residency also at that time. I was not sitting at home and studying. Only 5 months left. Day in and out I used to study, and work. And 9th February 2002 was my exam. Delhi, Saturday. I remember 3 hours exam, 9:30 to 12:30, 100 questions. I gave my exam, Khalsa College. And when I came out of the exam, what do? If you give an exam, you come out and you start discussing papers with your colleagues, isn't it? This is what I wanted to do. I came out very happily. I said, Iska answer, what was the answer for this? What was the answer for this? Let us discuss. Not a single person discussed the paper with me. My colleagues, my seniors told me, Mohit, you go back home. I said, why? We'll send you the paper with all the answers by 6:30 in the evening so that you can give your paper better next year. These were their words. I was so feeling hurt and mad. I went straight for a lovely haircut. My hair was reaching like here. I went back home. I put all my books aside, and I vividly remember that afternoon. I came home, I started playing a lovely music. The song that I played was Hotel California for the Eagles, and I was listening to that song 2 times, 3 times. I didn't want to study alone. I was done. I said, I'm more than enough. I waited for my results for next 15 days. I waited for my result for next 15 days. My result came. My rank in the country was first. I got 95% at that time. 95%. And the second, third, fourth and fifth rank was 78, 77, 76 and 70. People called it magic. I called it manifestation. When you glue your intention with imagination, mind you, when you glue your intention with imagination and put a do not disturb sign outside, no power on earth can take away your success from you. This is where the power of thought lies. You attract it. For those 5 months, I had already manifested in my life that I am a cardiologist. I didn't allow my uncertain brain, the amygdala, the lizard brain, to even give me a negative thought that I'm not going to do it. I was already completing that journey, manifesting that I have achieved my goal. That's the power, my dear friends. That's the power. We keep on thinking, I don't think this is going to happen. I don't think this is going to manifest. We keep on creating this. My message to you is, click this. Whatever you want to create outside must first be created in your mind first. Live your dreams. Create it here. Meditation tells you to manifest your reality by living that reality in your own inner mindset, my dear friends. This is what we are gifted with. Why this doesn't happen? Only because of this. Because of the emotional imbalance. Because of the catastrophic thinking. Your brain is like a projector. This lovely projector. Small slides, whatever you put in it, positive or negative, it's going to magnify it. It's going to magnify it. This is like a lovely projector. You put negative things, it's going to give you trouble. And if you put positive things, it's going to create magic in your life. This is what we are gifted with, my dear friends. The power of one thought. Most of us don't use this power. This is where meditation helps us. This is where Rajyoga meditation creates miracles in our life. How? By merely thinking, you can completely change your destiny. You don't want to be ill? Come on, remove this. Manifest it. I don't want these tablets. I have not one, not two, hundreds of patients with either 4 antihypertensives or 3 antihypertensives. Now they're on 1 or 2 or either none. Diabetes is controlled. Their anti-anginal medication requirement is significantly less. Why? Merely by creating positive and powerful thinking. You can attract anything. You want to achieve success? No problem, achieve that. You want a Ferrari? Come on, create it. I want a Ferrari. You visualize it, you live it, you get it. Simple. You want our kids to be successful? Create it. Don't blame them. Don't blame them. The biggest mistake I keep on telling everybody in this world, repeatedly, again and again I repeat, even in your dreams, even in your thoughts, never speak negatively to your own self. Never do this. This is the fundamental mistake that we do. I don't think I'm going to do this. I don't think this is going to happen. I keep on saying, my dear friends, words can cast spells, and that is why they have a spelling. That is why they have a spelling. Words can create magic. Vibrations can create magic. Think positively. Speak to you lovingly. Speak to your own self magically, and your world will change, my dear friends. Pessimism is leading to weakness, and it's optimism that leads to power. This is where meditation helps me. This is where Rajyoga meditation has completely changed my life. As a scientist, as a researcher, as a prolific researcher, one of the very advanced research techniques that we are using is the power of meditation to achieve the impossible in a life, manifested by what you are thinking. Let's see the fourth one. Can my thoughts affect my healing in illness? Okay, Dr. Gupta, your body is, that's fine. But what about illness? I am suffering from diabetes, from some kind of joint pains, from glaucoma, from hypertension? Can my thoughts really change my illness also? Look at this fantastic study published in NEJM. My doctor colleagues will know NEJM is probably one of the top journals, most indexed journals or searched journals in the world. And this study was done by Dr. J.B. Mosley, a famous orthopedic surgeon. Look at me what he did. Look at me what he did. Fantastic experiment. Suppose I am Dr. J.B. Mosley and I am an orthopedic surgeon. Don't believe, just imagine that you guys are suffering from knee pain or arthritis, and I convince you that I am going to operate you guys. And look at the way I operate you guys. This was what was published. Group 1, I call you in my operation theatre. I anesthetize you. I open your knees. I operate on your knees. I broadcast the surgery live outside. After an hour to surgery, I close your knees, shift you in the ICU, discharge you after 3 days, and follow you up for the improvement of pain. Got it, guys? Right? To group 2, what do? I call you guys again to my hospital. I anesthetize you. I open your knees, but without touching your knees, I keep on imitating as if I'm operating, but I do not touch your knees at all. I broadcast a false surgery outside. I close the knees after the exactly same time. I put you in the recovery room. I discharge you after 2 days, but I tell you that your knees have also been operated. So we have 2 groups in the end. One which is actually operated, one which has not been touched at all, but all of you believing that we have been operated. And then I measure you or follow you up for the improvement of pain. You know what happened? He measured what was the improvement of pain at 6 months, and you would be shocked and surprised. Both the groups had similar improvement in pain. Sham surgeries. How this is happening? When you start believing your thoughts, when you start believing that something is working, your body stops releasing the pain chemicals and start releasing the pain relieving chemicals, and all the cytokines, all the inflammatory molecules are destroyed, not released, and the improvement of pain is phenomenal. This is what is called the placebo effect. Don't you ever experience merely by talking to this doctor we feel better? Yes or no? Yes. How does it happen? How does it happen? You just talk to a guy and you start feeling good. He has not even touched you. He's not even asked you anything, but his nature, his lovely nature makes you feel much better. How does it happen? This is where the word disease comes from. Disease is a beautiful word, dis plus ease. When the easiness goes away, not only physically, but mentally, we become diseased. So is the healing. When you start feeling well inside, the manifestation on your body is significantly changed. This is where meditation creates miracles in healing. Why? It is changing your thought. You thought meditation is only sitting in quiet contemplation. No, it's a dynamic procedure. It's such a powerful procedure. If you use it for only 10 to 15 minutes in a day, it can create and transform your life magically, my dear friends. And you're going to ask me, okay, Dr. Gupta, come on, don't talk about arthritis. I want to understand about some serious diseases. Let's go to some serious business. Does meditation affect my serious diseases also? I'm going to share 2 stories, and look at this. You will be laughing at the end of it. Look at this. This gentleman is Mr. Stomatis Moratis. The first story from US. You can note his name and read about him. And he was a US Army war veteran. Listen to me. All guys alert. Huh? And in 1976, when he retired, he was diagnosed as terminal lung cancer, which was biopsy proven, and he was told, you have only 3 months to live. And he said, no, I have to die. And if I die in America, my burial would be costing somewhere $200 to $300, and that's too much. Why don't I fly to my town Ikaria in Greece, where I would be able to meet my grandchildren, my own family, my childhood friends, and I would die peacefully, and my burial would be costing hardly $15, $20, $30. And he took a flight to Ikaria in the end and came to his home, and this is his actual picture in front of his home where he started planting vineyards. He was happy, he started meditating, he started eating a vegetarian diet, he started connecting with nature. He disconnected with technology. He started meeting his friends. Life was great. 1 month passed, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, 48 months, 60 months passed. After 5 years, I was supposed to die. I'm not dying. Why this is happening? It was a cancer. I was told only 3 months. When 10 years passed, he was so stressful. He booked a flight to New York to meet all his doctors who had diagnosed him with cancer, just to find that all doctors who had diagnosed him with cancer were already dead by that time. They all were died at that time. None of them was alive. He got his biopsy reports out just to see that his biopsy was definitely a lung cancer, and he came back. He lived up till the age of 102 years, and this guy is called the man who almost forgot to die. The place where he lived is called the island where people forget to die, Ikaria in Greece. Look at these actual pictures. Look at these. What is common amongst them? What was the common factor was active lifestyle, meditative lifestyle, good sleep, natural connect, vegetarian, plant-based. And these are the things that we talk about today. Look at the mechanical life that we have created in our life. Every day running about things, gathering things every day about more and more. That never-ending race never ends. It has stopped bringing comfort to me. This is what is the essence of our life, my dear friends. This is what happened with me. When I was operated, in 2005, a major portion of my right brain was removed, and I had undergone a major 8-hour surgery on 20th June 2005. My parietal lobe was removed. I thought I'm going to be fine. I was already on 16 drugs after my surgery, which I was supposed to take. And look at this, what happened. Only 5 months down the lane, January 2005, this is what happened. 3rd January 2006, I started developing again headache. I was losing my posture. I was having pain, and I had developed another lesion in the cerebellum. Doctors from America, doctors from India, Dr. Adeshwari, Bangalore, Dr. Ames, Dr. Guleria, people designing my regimes, tablets continuing, surgeons saying not operable, and I was frustrated. I had no options in my life. That is the time I went to one of the very senior Rajyogis. Very senior person. Look at this. A scientist. An accomplished scientist, not a normal simple professor, a person who had conducted researches in his life. He went to one of the senior spiritual persons in Brahma Kumaris. I went to her in the evening, had a lovely interaction with her. I went frustrated. I said, why this is happening to me? This is again, I am developing lesion. It is not operable. What should I do? And her simple smiling reply, a logical simple reply was, why don't you use meditation and your thoughts to heal yourself? I was quiet. I said, what should I do? She only said, use counterclockwise aging. I said, what? She explained me. She said, by Rajyoga meditation, start clearing your brain of the disease, visualizing your brain is going to the same state as it was few years earlier. I said, I'll do it. She taught me the technique. I started getting up every day, 3 a.m. in the morning from 4th January. Started meditating, not just meditating, I complemented meditation with all the medicines that I was continuing. It was a beautiful amalgamation of science and spirituality. People were saying, crazy guy, this is not going to work. What are you doing? You're going to spoil yourself. Let us take you to this guy. I said, nothing. Old ways are not going to open new doors. I have to do this in my life. I kept on doing it every single day with my belief and my conviction. And look at this, what happened when my scans were done in April 2006. The lesion had disappeared without surgery from my brain, my dear friends. This is the magic that we can create. As a scientist, I am telling you, you won't believe it, we are using these techniques every day. Our 50 trillion cells of the body are working like an orchestra, and we can create magic in our life by the power of our belief, power of our thoughts. Only and only if we believe, my dear friends. That is what I want to tell you, that learn to create magic by your own thoughts. We have the power. Look at this. Can our thoughts fifth affect our relations? Possible or not? I'll take a few minutes more, okay? Is it okay with you guys? Yes. Absolutely perfect. That's fine, because, time is running out. Well, anyway, so can my thoughts affect my relations? The answer is yes or no. I want an honest answer from you. Will you answer honestly or yes or no? Yes. This is better. This seems like you are awake, huh? Okay. So I'm going to put a very simple situation to you. Very simple answer to, and each one of you honestly answer what comes to your mind. We have people who disturb us, who haunt us, who trouble us, who emotionally sometimes torment us, who have really troubled us in our life. Don't we? We all have one or two of these kind of people in our life. Now I want you to imagine one of such persons, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, maybe 15 years, maybe 5 months, or maybe 5 weeks back, the person who really disturbed you and suddenly disappeared out of your life. Suddenly. And now my question to you is, after 5 years, 5 months or 5 weeks, that person suddenly comes in front of you. The question is, what kind of feelings honestly you are going to have? Listen to the answer. Positive or negative? Be an honest answer, please. Louder, please. Come on. Negative. So normal. So logical. So if I am to say, if somebody has really hurt you, should we take a revenge from that person? Yes or no? No. What we do is different, what we talk is different, isn't it? That's a total different story. I'm trying to put the things in the right perspective. So I want a very honest answer. If somebody has disturbed you, should we take a revenge from that person or not? Yes or no? No. You guys are totally. I'll tell you my answer. My answer is very simple. If somebody has disturbed and emotionally tormented you 10 years back, and that person comes in front of me, I'm going to take a revenge from that person. And of course, not to forget, I will charge him the interest for 10 years also. That is how things should work. Yes or no? No. Okay. Will all of you do an exercise for me for next 3 days in New Jersey? Huh? Raise your hands if you are going to do. Please take their pictures so that don't then change their. I don't believe these guys. They are all, they keep on changing their sides every day, every moment. That is not. I hope you guys have taken a picture. I'll see it. Exercise is very simple, and I am just putting a very simple exercise to you. For next 3 days, I am going to leave tomorrow for India. And my question to you my exercise to you for next 3 days is, when you go back home today, from tomorrow for next 3 days, when you clean your home, when you clean your drawing room, your bedroom, when you clean your kitchen and everything, for next 3 days, gather all the garbage in a lovely box and decorate it in your drawing room for next 3 days. Okay, done? Yes, everybody is ready? Okay? Hey, you raised your hands just few seconds back, and now you are saying none of you is going to do this. This is bad. Why did you raise your hands? You are so why are you not going to keep garbage in your home? Only for 3 days, I am telling. Okay, discount for you. 2 days? No, not possible. So would you like to clean your home every day or once in a week? Every day. I'm not hearing. Not hearing. I see I'm using a device. This is also not responding. Should we clean our home every day or once in a week? Louder, please. That is what I want to tell you. If you want to clean your home every day, why don't you clean this home every day in your life, my dear friends? Simple. Check. Right at this moment, check your mind. Today our mind is not a mind, it's a garbage box. It's a garbage box. Look at the garbage that we gather. Look at this. The amount of anger and irritation. Each one of you. Right from top till bottom, from this side to this side, every single person in this hall and adjacent and on live on YouTube, listen to this. Check yourself at this moment. The amount of anger and irritation that I gather in my life. The amount of hatred and jealousy that I have every single day. The amount of competition, how many times I criticize, he should not be doing this, he is bad, they are doing this. Continuous complaining and expectations. These 8 emotions have destroyed our life and mindset, my dear friends. Check this. If any one of you don't have this, leave this hall. This session is not for you. This is the problem with us. Remember, you may go to temples. You may visit churches and pray, conduct prayers and prayers. You may go to a mosque, you may go to a gurudwara, you may take holy dips, you may meditate for hours and hours and hours, my dear friends. But remember this today, a mind that is full of anger and a heart that is full of hatred can never be happy, can never give happiness to others. Spirituality and meditation is all about cleaning your own inner mind, my dear friends. This is what Rajyoga meditation is all about. Nothing more than that. improving on your own self, allowing yourself to be a lovely human being, embracing love, embracing compassion, embracing acceptance and appreciation. We have an acceptance for everyone, for every soul. We give them love and affection. This is what our thoughts can do in our life. Everything, whatever we nurture and water in our life, my dear friends, it will start growing. It's value neutral. It's completely up to us how we create magic in our life, Learn to forgive and also forget in our lives. Live life lightly. If you want to fly, there are only two ways. You fly either when you are in love, and you fly only when you are not bounded by the waist. Your mind is free of all the bondages. That is how you fly. I want you to understand today that by changing your thoughts, by empowering your thoughts, you can completely be free of all the negativities in your life. That's the power we have. Last, look at this. Can our thoughts affect our environment? Possible. Look at the water we are drinking. We all have holy water, Jim water. We have Ganga Jal in Indian mythology. So many things we have. What makes water a holy water? It's only water. Look at these fantastic studies by Dr. Masaru Emoto from Japan. Fantastic studies. Look at this. He created and used emotional energies and vibration to change the structure of water. Merely few seconds and minutes of meditation with emotions like love, like thanks, wisdom and truth. Look at this, the beautiful structure, crystal pattern that water crystals took. Merely 10 to 15 seconds, merely 15-30 seconds of meditation. That is why in Brahma Kumaris, whenever we drink water, we will give meditative energies to that water. Why? 15 seconds can transform water. And he's told us, he concluded, by holding intention of peace towards water, by thinking and speaking and acting with the intention of peace towards water, water can and water will bring peace to our bodies and mind, my dear friends. The power of thought. The power to attract that success, that joy, that happiness in you. Look at this food. Same rice grains, same bottles, same situation, but three different emotions. Studies conducted scientifically. When emotions of hate and neutral emotions were given within 1 week, the rice started getting rot. But when the emotion of love was given, look at this, what happened. The rice grains were absolutely healthy. Perfect. Nature responds to you. Look at the same plants. The same plants, same window, three different energies, my dear friends. When you ignored, when you hated the plant, it was completely getting rotten. But when you had the energy of love towards nature, plants also responded. Our thoughts are creating magic. Whatever you are thinking, the feelings that you are generating, this is what is creating magic in our life. You want it, can we change our environment? 100 of us, 200 of us, or maybe 400 of us, including everybody. Can 400 of us change the environment of New Jersey? Is it possible? Look at this scientific study conducted in Washington way back 1993, when rapes, homicides and assaults were on increase in Washington, a city of 40 million people. 4,000 people were asked to meditate for 30 minutes for 6 weeks to have a larger influence. What happened was a miracle. Within 6 weeks, there was a 23.3% decrease in rapes, homicides and assaults. And what they concluded was that if 4,000 only people were meditating for 1 year continuously, only 30 minutes a day, the rapes, homicides and assaults would go down by almost 50%. And not everybody needs to change, my dear friends. I want to ask you, are you ready to kindle that change in your life? Are you ready to be that one who can create magic influence on this whole universe? You have to change, not bothered about what other people are doing, not concerned about what other people are thinking. I am only concerned about what thoughts I am creating. That's the energy. Today I want to tell you, my dear friends, unlock the God gene. Unlock the magical potentials that you have in your mind and create your destiny. Every day you have 1,440 gold coins, diamond coins I would say. You know what are these? These are 1,440 minutes that you are gifted with. Every single day. Every one of us gets it. And I want to ask you, is there anyone in the hall who does not have even 20 minutes for your own self a single day? Can't you take out only 20 minutes for your own self? With my schedules, I'm able to take out more time to charge myself, to sharpen myself, to energize myself, to make myself think more positively, more lovingly, to meditate, to improve. This is what Rajyoga meditation tells you, to sharpen your aches beautifully, my dear friends. Rajyoga meditation is one of the most powerful epigenetic tools to nurture yourself. You can actually charge your brain. You keep on charging your mobile, don't you? You keep on charging your laptops, don't you? If I want to irritate you, I just have to take your mobile for 10 minutes. That's enough. You start dancing like this every day. This is what is going to happen. I want to tell you, why don't we have only 10 minutes, 15 minutes of meditation to charge our mind? You wanted evidence? Look at these pictures of magneto and cephalogram. If I scan your brains right now, look at this, what happens. Your brain scan would be something like this, like a normal person. A brain scan which is completely imbalanced. Right and left brain are imbalanced. This right and left prone to anxiety and depression. And you wanted evidence. Look at this, what meditation does to your brain. 15 minutes of meditation. Look at this, what happens to your brain. Look at the harmony. Look at the synchrony. Look at the synchronicity that creates. And 20 minutes is total bliss in your brain. Gives you a more integrated, a better mental and emotional system, my dear friends. This is what is magic. Energizing yourself. Meditation is about energizing yourself with God's purity, God's knowledge and power, God's happiness and love, and God's peace. And when you are a source, an ocean of all these virtues, you start experiencing bliss, happiness beyond senses, my dear friends. Today, all of us are working only with left brain. Some of us are atheists. We don't believe in God. What is this meditation? We don't believe in God. No problem. You guys work with your left brain. Go ahead and believe in karma. Remember this today. If you believe only in karma, your left brain is active, which is scientific, logical, accurate, decisive, and reasoning. No problem. You are going to get success, but remember, only 50% success. If you want to achieve 100%, you need to be a karma yogi. Activate your right brain. And this is your right brain. A brain which is creative. A brain which is passionate. A brain which is loving. A brain which even controls your left brain. And this is what gives you complete, peaceful, 100% success. This is the power of thoughts. This is the power of meditation. This is what magic you can create in your life, my dear friends. You know, I would just like to say in the end, challenges are going to be there. Problems are going to be there. Situations are never going to be the way you want in your life. But you will always remember this day. I don't know whether we are going to meet again or not. Maybe or maybe not. But you will always remember this day in your life. This day will remain, these moments will remain imprinted in your mind that one day one person had come to our own home and really taught us to change and kindle the candle of change in our life now. The time is now, my dear friends. A group of people like you went to a lovely, wonderful saint and asked him, when should we do meditation? When should we do change our lives, And he was very kind and wise enough to say, you don't need to meditate every day. You do it only one day before you die. And they were happy. Oh, just one day before we die? That's wonderful. That sounds exciting. And they were very happy. They started going out. And one of the wise persons like you turned back and said, but sir, we don't know when are we going to die. And he said, then you do it today, because tomorrow what is going to happen? We don't know. The time to change is now, my dear friends. Take out your mobiles. I'm going to leave you with one of the most profound message for you for your life. Click this picture, what I'm going to show you now, and keep it with you. This picture will always remind you of what you attended today. Not this one. Look at this, and I'll leave you with this message before we have meditation session, that today is the first day of rest of your life. Whatever has happened in past is past. But from now, from today, it's up to you how you live your life forever, my dear friends. It's up to you. It's your single thought that's going to design. It's your single thought that's going to completely change the way you think in your life. The choice is yours. The master key is yours. You have the control. You have the power. One thought and the whole world will change, my dear friends. That's the power of one thought. That's the secret to attract anything in your life. That's the single secret to manifest anything that you want in your life, my dear friends. Before we end, let us experience that lovely meditation that we have been talking about. Don't we? Should we or not? Yes. I hope you guys are not tired. Yes or no? No. So let's have another 1.5 hour session. Okay. So let us sit. Can I have a chair, brother, please? Thank you. So I made you laugh so that those who are sleeping are now alert. So with your eyes open and everything, let us just relax. Now please let it be there. Please let it be there. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh, that music is automatically playing. Wonderful. We don't need anything now. Just decrease the voice. A small chair would do. No. A small chair would do. This one would do. That's fine. No need of big chair at all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Give it to me. Thank you so much. Come on. Let's sit back and relax and go to a lovely journey. Switch off the white lights. Have the red lights on. And I'll tell you this red light syndrome, how beautiful it is scientifically also sometime later. So let's go back. Ease out yourself now. Thank God this lecture is over. So, as I sit back in silence, with my face smiling, with my mind also smiling, with my eyes wide open. We don't need to close our eyes at all. Otherwise, we'll go on sleep. Now, as I say something, visualize that. See yourself as a peaceful, as a powerful, as an angel of God, separate from this body. See yourself as a shining light, a peaceful light. Let me just, from a distance, see my own mind. See your own mind. The kind of thoughts I have every day. The anger, the irritation, the negative feelings that keep on bothering every day. Accept them. From a distance, accept them. I choose today to embrace God's love and purity. Feel it like a lovely fountain, like a flowing river. Just feel peaceful, loving and powerful vibrations bathing your soul, nurturing your soul very peacefully and gently. Accept everything, all the emotions, the love and the joy. I am peace, bliss and joy, an oasis of joy. Now I choose to radiate peaceful vibrations to every cell of my body. Visualize your body, a perfect body, free of all the disease, reject it. I choose to be very healthy. Every organ of my body is perfect. I visualize myself in a state of complete peace and harmony. Now I radiate compassion, acceptance to all my relations. Focus on your mind. Bring anybody in front of you. Accept the person. Radiate compassion and love. Give so much peace and joy to the person. Look at the harmony that you create by the power of your thoughts. By merely accepting, by merely loving everyone, my relations are at complete peace. God's energy of peace and purity is empowering me. Be in a very peaceful state, eyes open wide, consciously thinking and visualizing. See yourself welcoming a beautiful day tomorrow, a day of your choice, the day you wanted to create your own way, your own life, your day of magic. I start manifesting success and bliss in my life. That's my power. That's the power of purity. That's the power of peace and love. Consciously and alertly, keep on radiating these peaceful vibrations to yourself, to your relations, and to your future, to your destiny. You are a creator. You are the power. You are the master of this universe. You are God's angel, an angel of peace, an angel of joy, an angel of happiness. Because today is first day of rest of my life. In this conscious state, come back to your body again, in senses, in loving peace. Relax yourself. Take a deep breath and inhale lots and lots of God's love inside. And as you exhale, exhale gratitude. Gratitude for everything, for small things and for big things in life. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, and Om Shanti. So this is it, my dear friends, and we all invite you to your own family. Meditation is not detachment. Meditation is not running away from life. Meditation is connecting with the same things in a more beautiful and a purposeful way. I believe that you all should take out time, maybe 20 or 30 minutes or a few days, to understand this science in a deeper way behind this meditation, to understand your own inner self, and to have a more beautiful, powerful, and a blissful experience. Won't you? You would like to have something so beautiful always in your life. You would like to be a part of your life. Do the same things. Have great relations, travel, enjoy, but understand and have God's power as a driving force in your life. That is the beauty of meditation. That is the power, that is the bliss that you experience. So before we go back, we'll have Sister Anoli to complete, we'll have Toli, we will have lovely blessings for you, and we keep on meeting virtually and sometimes, and always remember this day. Don't let these memories fade. Let it be a part of your soul. Let it be the part of your existence, and let it be there forever in your life. Thank you, and Om Shanti.
So, are you all in complete awe? I mean, that meditation was too good. I almost don't want to come back into sound, but I have to, because I have to give you some announcements. So I'll try to do it in a soft, meditative way so that we can all leave the hall in this beautiful stage that Brother helped us to create. First of all, are we going to allow garbage into our minds? No. Are we going to clean our minds? Are we lazy? No. See, Mohit Bhai? New Jersey's not lazy.
Thank you.
Mohit Bhai? New Jersey's not lazy. They're going to glue their intentions with their imaginations. You know, all of the programs that we offer here at the Brahma Kumaris are free of charge as an act of community service. And I want to just list out a few of the offerings that we have. Every Tuesday, we offer experiential meditation from 7:30 to 8:15 p.m. Every Sunday, we have meditation from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. And you know, if you can't sit for 1 hour, it's okay. Just come for 10 minutes. But it's 1 hour of continuous meditation. Come in and see what it feels like every Sunday. We also offer the Rajyoga meditation course, which is what Mohit Bhai has been talking about. We offer it in Hindi and English regularly, and in Gujarati by request. And our next Rajyoga meditation course starts on February 22nd. We also have classes in Monroe, for those of you who live a little further south. We offer the classes in English and in Telugu. And February 9th through February 12th, we'll be starting the English Rajyoga meditation course from 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. Now, it's a lot, I know, I get it. So when you leave, there's a monitor outside. You can take a look at the screen. You can take your phone out and take a picture of the QR code, or you can just go to our website, bknj.org. Now, for those of you who are not sure if you're ready to take the Rajyoga meditation course, because it's a course, you have to be serious. You can't be absent. You can't take one session and miss the second session and expect to come back on the third session and know where you left off. So for those of you who are still on the fence, and this is something that Dr. Mohit Bhai had recommended is working really well all across, I guess, in India. You've been practicing this in India, experimenting with this. So you can say it's kind of like an introductory session. And in 10-minute nuggets, 10-minute segments, we'll give you the whole Rajyoga course in one sitting. So for about an hour, we'll take you through the whole course, which is actually on the wall behind you. And it's basically a quick overview. Come and see that, listen to that, and then decide if you want to come back and take the course. And we're doing it exactly a week from tonight. So next Saturday, February 7th at 11 a.m. And lastly, if you'd like to join our mailing list, please see one of the ushers in the back of the room, and you can give us your email address, and then you'll get all of this, what I just said, in your inbox. So now my favorite part of the evening, which is the Toli and blessings. So Toli is prasad, or for those of you who don't know Hindi, it's a sweet. You know, you've been here many times. So this sweet, this prasad was prepared while in meditation. So the volunteers who prepared it are in a meditative stage, and they're pouring those vibrations into this sweet, which you will now be handed by Brother Mohit and by Sister Sheetal. And I'd like to take a moment to bring her out, because it's important that you know who she is. Sister Sheetal is responsible for, yes, she's very incognito, and she doesn't like to be in the front, but you do need to know her, because she's the one that will be probably giving you a class or 2 or 3 if you decide to take any of these sessions. She's the one who's responsible for this center, and she worked really hard to put this program together in less than 3 weeks. And Brother Hemang, you can come out too, because more than likely you'll be sitting in one of his classes as well. And so while they get the stage ready for Toli and blessings, this is Brother Hemang. The two of them together are running a really, really, really magical center. Okay, so the ushers are going to guide you. Mohit Bhai, please. And when you come up to take your prasad, I highly recommend that you take a moment and just look into his eyes and take blessings and give blessings, because the eyes are the windows to the soul, right? So when you are up here, take a moment to really enjoy that beautiful exchange, soul to soul. Right? Okay. Thank you all for coming. It was a pleasure to be with you tonight, and we hope to see all of these beautiful smiling faces sometime in the near future. Om Shanti. The ushers will guide you row by row. And if anyone is vegan, if you can please just let them know, and they'll give you a sweet that's vegan.